told me, my boss told me straight up at the time. She told me, your diet, I think your diet is negatively impacting your performance at work. And when she told me that, she mentioned, well, you might not be getting enough carbs. And so knowing that a vegan diet's full of carbs, I just figured that, well, whatever, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But no, she was right. In fact, it was truly that I just wasn't getting enough fat in my diet. And I was experiencing brain fog. However, I just didn't understand that that's what I was going through. And it's not that I'm stupid or dumb. It's that my ability to think through a process of instruction was largely hindered by my poor diet for such a long time. And what's sad is that I experienced it for such an extended amount of time that I became accustomed to it. And I started to believe that that's who I was and that that's what type of brain I had. And I recall now, thinking back, that I struggled, and I always wondered, well, I have a really weird way of thinking where for some reason things don't quite click the way that I think they should click. And I'd always try to compensate with my work ethic, because I'm a hard worker, but it's to an extent that I never got the payout that I ever felt that I deserved. So throughout college, I went to the University of Washington, and I didn't try to necessarily take easy classes. I tried to take math and anatomy, physiology, because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but maybe something in the medical field. And I would study my ass off, and I would put the blood, sweat, and tears in. And I'm talking, I would study from sun up to sundown. And for some reason, when it would come time for test time, or just in general, I could never remember anything that I studied. And it was always so frustrating. I couldn't get it. I couldn't grasp, why am I still failing at this? I don't know why I can't remember the stuff that I just studied. We just talked about this. And yeah, I get it, in college you lack sleep, but you get this feeling in your head where you just have this emptiness, and it's a lack of something. It's like this hollow void. And I thought it was just myself, and I blamed myself. But having been vegan for almost 8 years, I forgot that I was feeling that way. So after I lost that job, eventually I started driving buses. And that's not a job where you necessarily need to solve math problems or anything, but you still need to have a thought process. It's a little more simplistic, but still. However, after about my second year of doing the job, I started feeling like my brain was degenerating. And thinking back now, my excuse for it was, well, this job is so simple, and I'm not in college anymore, so maybe it's because I'm not reading books the same way I used to. And so my brain, I could feel it. It's not right. Something's not right. It doesn't feel right. And now I'm at a point where I've woken up to what was happening to me. And I just feel a bit pitiful that for so long I put my body through just malnourishment to a point where it's degraded my thought process. And so now to this day, I'm still thinking that, I still need to heal the way that my brain functions. So what I'm doing is, of course, eating a lot of animal fat, but I just I paid $35 for a cow head, so I'm going to try to eat cow brain. And I know that sounds really wacky and crazy, but there's a high amount of fat and cholesterol and some other stuff where I need to try something to, regenerate the way that my brain works. Now, it's kind of ironic because I'm sure someone's going to call me stupid for this, but I know that what I was doing previously wasn't working. I can feel that I've regained some of my potential, because it was so bad I couldn't string together a sentence of words fluently, without stuttering, and just feeling really stuck. And that was when I started feeling like my vocabulary was degrading. And I was like, wow, I really need to start reading more, because I'm out of college and I just have this simplistic job where I'm not engaging myself with any kind of mental task often enough. But it was the food. It was lacking nutrients. And I'm starting to feel like I'm finally getting it back, and it feels great. But I know I'm not totally there. But I think if I add some other types of animal foods that have the same nutrients that brain typically has, that it'll be a benefit to me. As crazy as it sounds. Thanks for watching.